God, he doesn't make this easy, does he? He does not make this easy, does he? Wow. Honestly, it all seems to have kicked off within the last couple of hours. Really, really does seem to have kicked off in the last couple of hours. Like I say, I'm currently watching the BBC live feed up here. I'm trying to get let's get Sky News up as well. They'll have a live feed, I'm sure, somewhere. Maybe, who knows? But we'll see. We are watching this now, and it is literally just see what happens. For those of you who don't know, we are expecting a big cabinet meeting. All cabinet, other meetings, anything like that has been cancelled. Cameron was out in not Argentina. I forgot the name of the country. Armenia, that was it. He was out in Armenia. He was waiting out there to do a sort of a big, I don't know, tour announcement. It was all very North Korea. They've got a big photo of him and balloons out everywhere, all over the stuff. He's now flying back for this. We are still waiting to see what happens. The meeting itself is due to kick off in about 4:15, so that's what, 5-10 minutes. And then we've just heard there is going to be a press conference at 5 o'clock. Something is happening, and gets even more interesting. Because literally just as all this was kicking off, you got a sneaky announcement coming out from a Tory rebel source saying that the rumors about a potential snap general election had leaked. They were not going to be happy about it. And from what we had heard, letters of no confidence were going in. Drama Central, people. We are in Drama Central. We could be in a state where Rishi Sunak is trying to beat all these potential Tory rebels upset at him, launching a leadership contest while he is trying to beat them to the punch to launch a general election. This is insane. This is happening. But yeah, this has been reported on. Hang on, let's go to the. Hang on, let's get this up. So this is the BBC live feed. What's happening from some of this, and this is reporting what literally just came out a couple of moments ago. So, Tory rebel sources told the BBC that letters are now going in for a no confidence vote in Rishi Sunak are now being submitted. The report came in after one senior Conservative MP described the atmosphere in the tea room as panic. Rebel Tories were now meeting in huddles after reports on BBC Newsnight last night and elsewhere that the Prime Minister may make an imminent announcement about a general election. A leading Tory Brexiteer says that an election now would be madness. Why go when the Conservatives are now 20 points behind in the polls? This goes against the thinking. Nobody was expecting this. Everybody is mortified, another source has said. Many Tory MPs now appear to have been caught off guard. They thought they had the Prime Minister was at least thinking of holding an autumn election. This has now become apparent that Sunak's formulation of holding an election in the second half of the year may be observed now in the narrowest of sense. As a reminder, the second half of the year begins on the 1st of July. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, this could all kick off. Because honestly, it seems to be coming across, generally seems to be coming across that all these rumors got up. There were now letters going in. Rishi Sunak seems to have panicked. He seems to have pressed the general election button. And now let the possible madness begin. Like I say, we'll find out within an hour. Like I say, the cabinet meeting is going to be happening within the next 5 minutes. I'm going to be trying and keeping my eye on as many different sources as possible. If you do see any sources coming in that I might miss, please do let me know. Like I say, I am not going to have my eye on the chat all the time because, like I say, I'm trying to keep my eye on several things at once. So do forgive me if I miss your this is it. Yeah, breaking. Prime Minister is now expected to call a general election for the 4th of July. 4th of July so far. And this is on Twitter. This is British electoral politics. Let me just get this up for you. So there you have it, folks. This could be it. If you're seeing down there, literally 16 minutes ago, breaking. Prime Minister expected to call an election on 4th of July. That could be it, ladies and gentlemen. That could be it. 4th of July. Having it on Independence Day. Exactly. Exactly. Having it on Independence Day. Let's see what we've also got going on here. Mel Stride apparently entering Downing Street on that, saying, "Oh, there's too much rain." But honestly, I do think this is it. I think this is it. We've had one post with that to say 4th of July. We'll see if this advances, but so far, I think that could be it. I think that's it. I think we are in a general election. Hold on. Like I say, I'm just gonna sort of mull through just because there's so much stuff going on at the moment. Copy. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. But wow. So that could be it. Puninator. Is Ashley McVeigh in the meeting today? Who knows? She probably might be. She might be. She very, very much might be. Gary Arnold, the news channels are not saying anything. Probably not yet, because I think this has caught everyone off guard. Honestly, the way this is going and the way that this is all played out, is this is a surprise. This is snap general election territory, ladies and gentlemen. All down to, I think, or what at least it seems to be, those rebel MPs. Looks like they were making Rishi Sunak just a bit too nervous. They didn't like the fact, or maybe they had heard the rumors as well about a potential early general election. They had gotten nervous. They'd sent letters in. Sunak got a bit nervous. He's called a general election. But we may be in an interesting point. We may be in an interesting point where we get not only an announcement of a general election, but also Rishi Sunak having to face a vote of no confidence. Drama central. If that happens, that is going to be insane. That is going to be insane. But honestly, all of this seems to be caused just by pure panic in the Conservative Party. What have I been telling you the longest time about Conservatives? Do not make good decisions when they panic. Sorry, let's just keep. All right, I'm just keeping on checking, watching other news sources. But bear this in mind, until we get the official announcement, we've had July 4th. Again, this comes from here. If you're just joining us, we have had a brief announcement from British electoral politics. They've been told Prime Minister expect to call a general election on the 4th of July. This is what we are potentially waiting for. If this, obviously, we have to wait for the actual announcement to confirm that, but this could all kick off very, very interesting. So we'll see. Yep. Gary, listen, no political party does. Well, no, you're right. You are right. But I would say the Tories are even worse. I think the Tories probably have an entire history where they've just completely ballsed up so many times just through sheer panic moments. But I will agree with the other parties as well. But I think the Conservatives, honestly, far, far worse. Pretty sure it's just going to be an announcement of another reset, but he really means it this time. Who knows? Who knows if that's going to be the case? Yep. This is the worst government ever. Oh, it is. Yep. He can't leave it any longer. Once the full effect of Brexit checks and food inflation come online, they'll help. This will now dump into Labour's lap. Also, hello to you. Possibly. I mean, there's a whole reason why Sunak could have decided to go early, but I think potentially one of the reasons, and maybe this will come out in the fullness of time, I think it seems to be those rebels. And it seems to be those rebels that have forced his hand. And that in maybe trying to sort of calm Sunak down not to launch a general election, maybe they've actually inadvertently triggered a general election themselves. Maybe it was, Rishi Sunak jumping at the idea that that they might, call a vote of no confidence that's forced him to do this, which would be hilarious if that's the case. But I'm still hoping. I am still hoping we might get announcement of a general election. Also, a simultaneous announcement from Graham Bradley would be hilarious. Would absolutely be hilarious if Rishi Sunak, after announcing the general election, walks back into number 10 and immediately Graham Bradley just comes on and goes, "Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. I've got to come in and stop this. I know Sunak's just called a general election, everyone, but vote or no confidence. Who knows? Who knows?" Who knows? David, seems Labour had a wind of this. They basically had their election launch last week. Yes, you know why last week? Because what happened last week? Secession talks started happening last week. This is when the civil service starts talking with shadow ministers about what they want to do, how the transition is going to happen, what Labour wants to do as soon as they get into power. That all started last week. That was the sincerest sign of potential general election happening. So it is all on today, quite possibly. All on today, all happening. We've just got to wait for now the official announcement. So where are we now? We are 4:20. So the cabinet meeting is underway. The cabinet meeting is underway. Question is just how long that cabinet meeting is going to be. Apparently, Cameron slipped in by the back entrance. Hey, sometimes you can't make it up. Sometimes people just word these things themselves. But honestly, at the moment, we are waiting to see what happens. So I do apologize if nothing a lot is not a lot is happening, but this is just the state of things. We're just waiting on stuff to happen. We're just waiting for what can happen. Yeah. The news is now lining up outside number 10. From Robert Preston. So they're all now lining up outside number 10. So there is going to be some big announcement. It ultimately, as we said, and with highly speculation, it's going to be general election news. So the news is getting ready, and it does seem to have caught everyone off guard. They'll have to see. Or a night. If the podium has no seal, it's a general election announcement. Election and standing down? Question mark. Who knows? Who knows? Darkness Eclipse, the art of calling a GE at the worst possible time. Genius. Oh, infinitely genius. Infinitely genius. Infinitely genius, probably on this. Is it just where it turns out David Cameron is just standing down to troll us? Possibly. Possibly. Who knows? Grim Reaper here. Don't expect the election. Sunak hasn't earned enough. Who knows? I think it is. I think everything is really pointing to one. Really pointing to one. And just to echo what other people are saying online about the potential stuff aligning with these calls of, can I suppose this is going to come up. Can these letters of no confidence stop a general election? No, they can't. Once a general election has been called, you can't stop it. If the Tories do a vote of no confidence when a general election has been, oh boy. Just, oh boy. The drama, the saltiness, the spice. We are here for it. Richmond in North Yorkshire is now being ceded to the USA. Well, it might be, maybe it is. Maybe it's Richmond's Independence Day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do a vote of no confidence too, you cowards. Please, 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 Thatcher. Please, we're praying. That's how desperate I am for this drama. I am praying to the ghost of Margaret Thatcher. Let it happen. Can MPs still defect if an election is called? I don't think so. I don't think so. It would be really weird because at that point, they are not potentially going to be the candidate for that particular seat. So even if they do defect, it's not like they're going to be that candidate for that seat. Labour may already have a candidate. And at this point, you'd expect a lot of the candidates to be locked in by this point. Can we have a sweepstake on the number of Tory or Labour seats? I think I've said this before. I think this election, bear in mind, you've seen a lot of polls around here. I think it is going to be for the Tories. They are going to end up, I think, somewhere between 120, maybe at the highest, between 80. I think that is the likely number where they could end up in between, but we'll see. Not Graham's streaming as well. See, this is why Graham needs StreamYard. I keep on saying this. He needs StreamYard because that way we can all get on all at once. We can stream to our own channels. We can stream on Labour Social as well. It's perfect. Sabine, queue of around over 200 MPs forms outside Keir Starmer's office. Yeah, it would be funny if that did happen. Very, very funny it will be happen. Pullinator below 100 seats. We can hope. We can hope if that happens. Call it vote of no confidence. We can hope. Oh, we can hope if that happens at the same time. We'll be changing our YouTube schedule to cover the election. Of course, I will be covering the election. You know, of course, I will be. Dave W, get full Morehouse on as well. Well, I have put in the link for people on Labour Social to come join me if they want to come join me. But of course, like I say, this has caught everyone off guard. Honestly, until about 2:30, I was like, "Is this a rumor? Is this a rumor? Is this really going to happen?" You know, because we've had plenty of rumors. We've had plenty of rumors through the past. But this might turn out to be true. It looks like it is true. Sky News now also saying July the 4th as well. So that's picking up as well. Anyway, I'm going to have one of my Japanese pure sugar sweets that I've got to celebrate. One of these things. Don't know if you can see it, but yeah, just absolute pure sugar. Yep. Oh, I think it absolutely is going to be a very dirty election. I think if we do an early election, the Tories are going to pull every single trick in the book. Make no mistake, if Rishi Sunak is going for a general election, there's two things that have happened. Either A, this was planned all along, and that he wanted to go for an early general election all along. So there have been stuff in the plans, there have been campaigns, all planned out. That's possibility of one. Option two is, as I've said, that it's the Tory rebels got nervous about the rumours of an early general election, started sending letters. Sunak heard about them sending letters, worried about that they were going to hit the mark. So instead of them allowing that to sort of go through and happen, which bear in mind, if they do hit that magic number, there's still going to be a vote of no confidence. He's pushed the general election button. I'm betting on the panic. I am betting on the panic of this. I really am. Yep. No one can plan this badly for an election, so I think it's option 2. I think it's option 2 as well. I really do think it's option 2 as well. That's another fair point as well. People have already mentioned this as well about all the Brexit stuff going on as well. Why have to deal with that? Why have to deal with that when you can have a general election and then just, leave quietly? Let's not deal with our consequences, So much easier when you can just be in the opposition and just, if only we were in charge, we'd be doing this so much better. BBC Sunak expected to make a statement outside Downing Street. I think we're expecting that at about 5 o'clock. Yep. Here we are. Yep, breaking news. Sunak to make statement. We're hearing that Rishi Sunak is going to give a statement outside Downing Street and is expected to announce a summer general election date. Hang on. Yep. Yeah, so I've got the BBC feed now. They are now on. They are now on. They are now on Downing Street. Probably going to be like that for the next couple of hours. But they are also repeating what's been said before, 4th of July. But we'll find out. But that is the date that is now being circulated. So we can probably expect that now to be the date. We're just going to wait. Oh, hang on. Did I? Yep. There we go. Just making sure I've got the sound for when it happens. Yep. You see, this is it, Puninator. If everyone else used StreamYard, we could all be on one stream like this while streaming to our own channels as well. I keep on telling them how good StreamYard is. Hold on. Let's see if we can get some more on. Hang on. Let's get this instructions for guests. There. I've put out the call. We'll see who else joins us. But honestly, at this moment in time, we are now waiting for the announcement. Other streams are looking more tempting. You just want my bowler hat. That's all you want. What you really want is my bowler fez. Yeah, it's more and more coming in now. 4th of July, more and more news channels are picking that up. I suspect that will probably be the date at this point. Okay, apparently someone's playing the Imperial March outside Downing Street. That's kind of funny. Sunak just waiting for the reform support to die down after the local election. Now he can call the GE to keep the Conservative voters in line again. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I mean, what if now Nigel Farage decides to get back in the game? And he could. He's threatened it enough, but will he now at a general election get behind reform? Maybe not even stand as an MP, but actually get involved in the game and actually start campaigning for reform. That could play a big part in any potential general election, how the results could turn out like that for the Tories. That could certainly be a big player potentially in a general election. Yep, Sun reporting it was 4th of July. Wasn't surprised. It's been leaked. Been leaked by Number 10 to give the right wing rags a chance to pretty up the reporting. Well, I've said this for a while. Last week, secession talks started. Normally, secession talks only start if there is a date for a general election. Love that we're the Whovians too. Yep. Farage will like it to be called now so he can lose quickly and then head to America. Yeah, probably. I mean, so is Liz Truss. So is Liz Truss. She thinks her future is in America as well, but in America, they're like, Liz who? And then they go, oh yeah, you're the lady who lost the lettuce. And then they realize, why is she here? Why is she? Yeah, what are you doing? Patrick H. Yep, BBC now reporting this 4th of July as well. I think we can pretty much safely say that is when the general election is going to be. Hold on, I'll bring this up. So yeah, we're just going to wait now. Of course, the announcement's meant to be at 5 o'clock. So we'll see what happens when this, like I say, when this all kicks off. But no sign of the podium yet. No sign of the podium. But when we do, we will all go, all games a go. Yeah. Sunak is announcing he's going to plan his working and nothing else. Yeah. Weren't you planning a holiday? Yes. Yes. my holiday curse has set in. Next Monday, I'm off to Turkey. So if there is a general election, although it's not going to be yet, but I'm going to miss easily, I think, the first 2 weeks of at least this campaign kicking off, which is going to be a big big annoyance about it. What if it's all a big ruse? Well, Sunak probably wins Troll of the Year. He would absolutely win Troll of the Year if it's all a big ruse. Checking trends on Google. General election is number 1, followed by confidence votes. Oh, honestly, that's where I want to happen. That's where I want to happen. Sunak comes out, announces a general election, and then moments later, out comes, Graham Bradley, 1922 committee chair, to go, we've had enough letters, vote on no confidence time, baby. And then what happens? Does Sunak win the vote? Does he lose the vote? Who knows? Honestly, by that point, it doesn't matter. But if he loses the vote, oh boy, if he ends up losing the vote, that could be interesting. That could be interesting if that happens. Yep. That's true as well. Yeah, spare a thought for Albania. All decked out with nowhere to go. All decked out with nowhere to go. Has anyone made the connection that the proposed general election date is also American Independence Day? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Maybe independence from the Tories. Finally. Finally. Long have we awaited such a day. Now it is here upon us. But like I say, we are still watching what could happen. Any news? We think it's going to be about 5 o'clock when this all kicks off. So until then, we will keep on watching, keep a weather eye out, and see what happens. But until then, we're just going to wait and see. We're just going to wait and see. Yeah, we just need Biden to win, and that will be a good year. Honestly, I did a video about this. I did on Geoscope. If you saw us on there, we went through sort of some of the 10 reasons why Biden's got a massive opportunity against Trump at the moment. The GOP is bankrupt in some key swing states. That is not good. That is not good at all. All right, night. Now I know we're on. My brother just texted me back to ask if I can bulk order a monster and tea bags for him for counting night. Oh, this is it. You really know if a general election is going to be called if you know anyone in the council or is involved with stuff like that. Because right now, what's going on? First of all, Rishi Sunak is probably briefing all the ministers. Like I say, you've got this cabinet meeting. There may be someone in the cabinet trying to persuade Sunak not to go. So maybe this meeting overruns. Maybe that could be the case. We'll have to see if any ministers leave via the front door or maybe try and sneak out the back door. But what is going on right now is that Sunak is saying, I've probably got no choice but to call a general election. Maybe it's because of the rebels. Maybe he just feels that he can't carry on in this state when he's got to go to the country. Like I say, we'll find out, I suppose, in due time. So right now, of course, we know the king's in Buckingham Palace. After Sunak has made the announcement, he will go and see the king. But before all that, it is very likely that the call will be going out to all local councils to prepare for a general election date. So, as Owen said, if you've got a brother in the in that area in the council, they have probably already gotten the word that this is going to happen. Chris C, one of my biggest fears is that Sunak comes out of Downing Street, announces that due to his plan working, he's decided not to call it GE and awarded himself another 5 years as PM. Well, he can't do that. Constitutionally, he cannot do that. At that point, the king would intercede and call a general election himself. Are they waiting for the rain to stop? Well, this is it. Maybe the meeting's overrun. Maybe, as I said earlier, maybe you've got the cabinet desks, or at least maybe the cabinet is split here. Maybe you've got some people on one side hoping they're against hope that they can somehow persuade Sunak not to go for this and to wait. that will be very funny. Calls the general election, only discovers Graham Bradley's driving it. here you go, sir. Here's your vote of no confidence. But we're still waiting, still all eyes on the door. Like I say, this is it. It's just waiting to see what happens now. But we're all eyes on the door, see what's happening. Is that a nervous crunch, Ollie? No, these are my weird Japanese sweets that I got over a year ago. They're like pure sugar, and they like encase some sort of spice or something in it. But they are really nice. I'm really depressed that I've only got one of them. Family plans. No way they will call an early election. It will be in September, and Gove will be the leader. Well, well, I'm sure there's a lot of betting websites that would love that. Probably a lot of them potentially today going to be paying out on all those bets for a general election. Possibly a reshuffle, but I'd be surprised. Now, reshuffles aren't done this late in the day. Reshuffle's always done early morning, so that whoever is new can get in and at least have a full day with the department. If I go to Turkey, can I take, aka the traditional British photo? Noki children, has someone gone to number 10 with bags of wine? Well, if they have, they've probably gone in via the back. They've probably gone in via the back. That's certainly probably how they've managed to sneak them in. Yeah, we didn't think the Tories would do a lot of things, but here we are. Well, bear in mind, we vote no confidence later as well. And oh, please, please, please let that happen. I am here for that if that happens. That I am so here for that to happen. The thought occurs, the political article, that's what the video I did earlier today, could have been decent timing for Labour laying the groundwork to change the relationship with the EU. Well, if you're going to go into government, you're going to talk with these people. There's been a lot of people crying about the fact that Labour have gone to talk to Trump, but honestly, you've got to. You've got to have a planning case just in case Trump wins. You do not want to go in, win the general election, and then all of a sudden Trump wins in America. What do you do then? You've got to have some sort of plan to be prepared if Trump wins a general election. That means you've got to talk to him. I've said before in my video, I think that's coming out tomorrow. One of my big criticisms about conservatives when they talk about either China or Iran is just the idea that you can just ignore those two countries, that you can just put them in a box and they won't mind. You can just ignore them. But no, that's generally many of the thinking that a lot of conservatives have when it comes to China and Iran as well. Labour needs to recreate the new pledge cards with true rules on it. First, never trust a Tory. Second rule, never forget the first rule. Like I say, this is it. This is the boring part. I'm just gonna wait now. just gonna wait. But we are 10 minutes away from any probable announcements. So I suppose if you want to get coffee, wine, oh, they've changed to someone else. Don't know what they's got. Probably someone watching uh, Downing Street. Oh, there we go. Yeah, statement 5 o'clock. So now I'm just gonna wait. Here it is. Yep. Just on Sky News. PM to call for a 4th of July after quote long discussion in number 10. Oh boy. You know when you want to be a fly on the wall at some point? You know when you want to be a fly on the wall and like see what those conversations were? Oh, to be a fly on the wall in number 10 where they were trying to discuss this. Oh, yeah, true. I remember Kinnock having a meeting with Reagan in the 80s. Always the possibility that Reagan would have to deal with a Labour government, even if he didn't have a good relationship with, even if he did have a good relationship with Thatcher. Yep, exactly. You've always got to be talking to every country, regardless, whatever you sort of personal feelings about it. This is one of the things that I think a lot of people really misunderstand about sort of foreign politics. Very often, you've got to remove any personal feelings, animosity, or anything out of that when you talk about sort of foreign politics, because countries are not people, you know. um, yeah, or a night yet. Good news. Might have to never see Michael Fabricant again. That will be amazing. That will be amazing indeed. Yeah. Other good point as well. No more Theresa Coffee. No more Theresa Coffee. And there's someone who, my word, survived for so long in different cabinet positions in different iterations. But Poneta sort of Sunak has announced and prepares his G. He now has to propose as over 300 of his own MPs announced they won't be contesting the election. Well, potentially he wouldn't be able to postpone it. That would be up to CCHQ. If we ever got to that point where there were just so many Tory MPs deciding they're just going to jump ship, at that point, that's up to CCHQ to then get in alternative candidates. And very often in these seats, there are alternative candidates chosen, even if there is maybe even a sitting MP. It just in case something happens, they decide to go, or something happens during a general election, they've got a spare in the background waiting just in case. Yeah, Fabricant's hair will write a tell-all book. Maybe. Yeah, no more Braverman. Yeah, true. She'll be gone as well. I think the only one who's going to survive, the only one who is likely to survive, honestly, all this mess is Kimmy Badenoch. And odds are that she will probably put her hat into ring to run to be Tory leader. And if she gets to the final round where it goes to the membership, she will win, most probably, unless she does absolutely awful in debates. That's someone else whose seat is potentially in play as well. That's someone else who could go as well. Mogg. That's a possibility. Could lose a seat to Lib Dems. Sunak to announce his memoirs, How to Live Up to a Lettuce. Priti Patel is in a safe. Yeah, I like that. Priti Patel is pretty safe. Yes, I think she is relatively safe, unfortunately, which is a shame. Is there's someone I'd like to see go as well. I think that would be very much a contest between her and Kemi. Although maybe they'll end up doing a deal. I'll be leader, you be like deputy leader, and we'll see what happens. Will I go to the live feed for announcement? Yes, I will go to the live feed for announcement. Like I say, I'm keeping an eye on it. Currently nothing yet, but we are waiting on Rishi. So once we get into it, I'm interested though. What's so? This is 1 minute ago from Sam Coates. Sunak is making an audacious gamble. Rishi Sunak is now gambling his career on a bold, surprising, audacious move, says Deputy Editor Sky Deputy Editor Sam Coates. It comes at a point where he's now 20 points behind lead in the polls, when there is now a turbulence inside the Conservative Party, and at the point where he cannot say he has fulfilled most of his pledges. He said this is an absolutely extraordinary moment where the Prime Minister is now seeking to take back control of the agenda. Frankly, having lost most of it for the past year, by using the element of surprise. But that's all he's got, really, just surprise. Who'd have thought Rishi Sunak was the Spanish Inquisition? Who'd have thought he was the Spanish Inquisition? Oh, no, still eyes on the door. Well, it's almost time. Like I say, it's the time. We'll have to see he comes out the door now. The Knight of Knee just got the last of the 1 to 11 odds on the internet bookies. It's now 1 to 30 now. I'm not surprised. The bets and the odds have been going crazy all day on this. So I won't be surprised if you were interested on booking all this. You might have got some good betting odds if you happen to be on the betting websites at the right time. Oh, so apparently it's going to be inside because of the rain. Jamie Mack second half of the year, which he didn't like. Well, technically, he hasn't. This election would fall within his second half of the year prediction. So he hasn't lied. He's just surprised everyone because everyone thought he meant autumn. Everyone thought he meant autumn, and everyone seemed to believe him. Yep. Even the weather doesn't want this to go smoothly. Exactly. Exactly. Like I said, honestly, at any moment that door could open or the camera could change, and we could be going live to a room somewhere in 10 Downing Street. Yep. CNBC now reporting 4th of July. After the check the internationals. Labour Social Live, go join Graham. But if Graham used StreamYard, we could all do it together. Oh. So I've just been told by a friend that apparently Sky are now stopped taking date bets for the general election. Which seemed to be pretty late to keep on taking date bets, considering that it's been, over half an hour now that the 4th of July has been kept rumbling around. That's real late in the game to be stopping people doing that bet. Real late in the day to be stopping that. That's a fair point. The last time That's a fair point. Just found out the last time a general election was held in July was in 1940. Yeah, 1945, and Labour won in a landslide. So we'll see. We'll see. We are still watching. Rishi's late. They just don't know when and where it's going to be, but until then, we'll see. Although, to be honest, we could be really voyeuric, and I could just get Labour Social Stream on here as us watching Graham watching the door. That will be really weird. But like I say, if you are joining us, welcome. Thank you for choosing me to stream with. I know there are other options, but like I say, thank you very much to everyone joining me. Please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe, etc. Links down below, etc. All that normal jazz. We are, of course, hoping at some point soon there is going to be an announcement. So Rishi Sunak is late. It was meant to be at 5 o'clock. So we are now just sat around waiting for Rishi Sunak to come and make this announcement. And I've got to put these away because these are just too moreish. So I'm going to eat them all and be really upset when I'm eating all my sweets from Japan. Yeah. Cameron walks out and says, "Look, everyone, Rishi was just having a bad day. Can we all just promise to be kind? He'll be out shortly." RG, good evening to you. British American, hopefully on the 4th of July, I will celebrate both the US Independence Day and the UK independence from the Tories. Well, like I say, we hope for that as well. That would be a very, very good day, honestly. Like I say, we're still waiting on this. Super, super frustrating just to wait for this, but there you go. Apparently, there's a guy laying a cable outside, so I think he'll be announcing outside. I still don't think there's any movement. I think that's Steve Bray with his blue umbrella, I think. Yep, you can just see his little top hat there. Can we see a podium yet? Not yet, by the looks of it. Not yet. See, I'm really nervous. I'm really even nervous about now going to like sniffing to the loo because Sunak will come out, do the announcement, and then he'll be gone by the time I'm back. Typical. Will always happen that way. Always happen that way. CNN now expecting announcement for a general election. I think we all are at this point. I think we all are. We're just all hoping now to just go, finally. Finally. As I've talked about this non-stop, this has been really going on for quite some time. Quite some time. That this is just a snowball rolling down a hill. And sooner or later, even Rishi Sunak cannot resist the avalanche that this snowball, as it rolls down the hill, becomes. Sometimes you can catch it at the top of the hill, and maybe sort of cut it off, but not this time. Not this time. Patrick H. Yeah, Rishi loves people keep waiting. I think they're maybe trying to wait for a break in the rain by the looks of it. But honestly, the way the rain's been today for here in the UK, it has been absolutely raining non-stop on this. So, yeah, Financial Times now saying 4th of July as well. And like I say, last time a general election was called in July was 1945. Well, Labour won with a landslide. So, weird history knowledge for you there. Oh. I've got to mention something my friends just said. Obviously, you've just had an MP return to work today. Oh. We can't see. It doesn't. You might be right. Yet there's no. There's no. There's no seal on it. There's no seal on it. Podium's out. They're now aligning it. We're just now going to wait. Come on. Come on. Exactly. No crest. There's no crest on Birdman's helmet. I X the Eliminator. And that is an incredibly obscure reference for those who get that. Cookie for those who get that. Absolutely. We're just waiting for Rishi now. Just gonna wait for Rishi now to come and do this. Yeah, that happened today as well. Ireland, Norway, and Spain officially recognizing Palestine as a state. That's true. That happened today as well. Yeah. If he doesn't call a general election, the crowd will go nuts. Yeah. Sounds like we're just all waiting for the results of the election. We're all just desperate for it. Exactly. Yeah. Rishi escaped from the back door, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Oh. This is it. We're just going to wait now, and it's the waiting that does it. Like I say, the setting at the podium, everyone's getting ready. You know what's also annoying? And I know it's Steve Bray's thing, but I really hope that we don't end up getting copyright striked because Steve Bray was playing the Imperial March. And the stream ended up getting copyright strike because Steve Bray was playing the Imperial March. Oh. Oh. Here we are.
Here he is.
He's here.
In the last 5 years, our country has fought through the most challenging times since the Second World War. As I stand here as your Prime Minister, I can't help but reflect that my first proper introduction to you was just over 4 years ago. I stood behind one of the podiums, upstairs in the building behind me. I told you that we faced a generation-defining moment and that we as a society would not be judged by some government action, but by the small acts of kindness that we showed one another. You met that challenge, and then some, and I have never been prouder to be British. And when I introduced the furlough scheme, I did so not because I saw a country simply in need of desperate help, albeit we were, but because I saw a country whose future hung in the balance. I could be bold and trust in the tens of millions of you at home that you would rise to the moment, or I could accept the inevitable millions of job losses and pick up the pieces. In truth, it was no choice at all. I have never and will never leave the people of this country to face the darkest of days alone, and you know that because you've seen it. As I did then, I will forever do everything in my power to provide you with the strongest possible protection I can. That is my promise to you. Because for so many of us, it's easy to forget the scale of what we've been through. We were hit by a pandemic that upended normal life. Who would have thought that the government would ever tell us how many times a day we could leave our homes? Then, just as we were recovering from COVID, war returned to Europe, with Putin's invasion of Ukraine sending your energy bills spiraling. I came to
Get on with it
to restore economic stability. Economic stability is the bedrock of any future success, whether that is rising wages and good jobs, investment in our public services, or the defense of the country. And because of our collective sacrifice and your hard work, we have reached 2 major milestones in delivering that stability, showing that when we work together, anything is possible.
Oh, Steve, don't play the music
growing faster than anyone predicted, outpacing Germany, France, and the United States. And this morning, it was confirmed that inflation is back to normal. This means that the pressure on prices will ease and mortgage rates will come down. This is proof that the plan and priorities I set out are working. I recognise that it has not always been easy. Some of you will only just be starting to feel the benefits, and for some, it might still be hard when you look at your bank balance.
Swear to God, if we all get copyright
because
of this, I'm going to be after
was
Steve.
Only ever meant to be the beginning. The question now is how and who do you trust to turn that foundation into a secure future for you, your family, and our country. Now is the moment for Britain to choose its future, to decide whether we want to build on the progress we have made or risk going back to square one with no plan and no certainty. Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July. This election will take place at a time when the world is more dangerous than it has been since the end of the Cold War. Putin's Russia is waging a brutal war in Ukraine and will not stop there if he succeeds. That war has also made it...
Honestly, at that point, doesn't matter. He said it. He said it. He said it. Doesn't matter now. Anything else he says, just waffle. He said it. G confirmed 4th of July. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on. It is on. Doesn't matter anything else that he's going to say now. Because he said it. He said it all what we want to hear. Fourth of July, baby. 4th of July. We are on, and I swear to God, if we all get copyright strikes because of Steve Bray playing that song. But yeah, wow. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. 4th of July. That's it. It's done. It's on. Rishi can say whatever he wants, talk about the deadliness, whatever, etc. Doesn't matter. It's on, baby. It's on like Donkey Kong. We are on. General election is there. It's on. Let me. Sorry, I'm just looking for like the perfect GIF. Oh. God, he's still going as well. He's still going. He's still going. He's still going. Hold on, where is he? Here he is. He's still going. I can't believe he's still going. Yeah, we'll tune back in.
And we will ensure that the next generation grows up smoke-free. I hope that my work since I became Prime Minister
Was he just doing his
shows
greatest
that we
hit?
have a plan
Sounds like it.
and are prepared to take bold action necessary for our country to flourish.
Yeah, he's definitely
Now,
doing
I've
his
stuck with
greatest
that
hits.
plan and always been honest with you about what is needed, even when that's been difficult. Because I'm guided by doing what is right for our country.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just... yeah, he's still going on waffling on. Honestly, it's a bit cheeky to use your speech like this to launch into a bit of a campaign speech as well, but I suppose there you go. Yeah, longest begging letter in modern history. No, yeah. But yes, that's it. 4th of July, let the games begin. Let the games begin, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I don't know what else more to say about it than you know, it's on. Yep. Yep. Give them all the P45s. Yep. Other good news, this means Hoyle has done a speaker. Maybe so as well. Yeah, maybe so. We'll see what happens in that, because that happens sort of after the parliamentary after they get recalled and decide whether they want to keep him on. Maybe they will keep him on. Who knows? Maybe he'll leave. But we'll see. Or is he actually stepping down? Is Hoyle actually stepping down? So is Hoyle actually stepping down? I haven't heard that. So here's some of the highlights. Sunak said the government has created a better future for children of the UK. Oh man, that's incredibly debatable. He acknowledges that he cannot and he will not actually try and claim that he got everything right while in power. But he says he's proud of what they achieved, and what they could do in the future. Sunak then lists of what some of the government has done, including giving, quote, record funding to the NHS. I'm sure you did. Improving children's reading, putting energy security over, quote, environmental dogma. Where's your anti-net zero tick? And of course, increased defense spending. Well, you were against increased defense spending, and then you raised it. He also said the war in Ukraine is now threatening global security. Migration is now being weaponized by hostile states to threaten the integrity of our borders. Certainly, if you are on the border with Russia, not so much, them, because you've got to, unless you're saying that France is somehow threatening our border security. Sunak tells the nation the question now is, who do you trust? This is the moment where we decide Britain's future. He says you decide whether you want to build on the future you've made, or are you going to risk going back to square one? Well, you haven't exactly built anything good yourself, Rishi, so it's not exactly where we're going back to square one to begin with. Sunak says the UK economy is still growing and inflation has returned to normal. He says that interest rates have now come down. The government's plan is, quote, working. What plan? You didn't do anything to reduce inflation. You had no plans to reduce inflation. I love it. Economic stability is the bedrock of any success, he said, following on from Liz Truss. God, watch the... God, there's got to be some Conservative MPs like freaking out now. There's absolutely got to be some there's got to be some Conservative MPs freaking out now about this. Has anyone located Brenda from Bristol? Yeah, that's the fair point as well. Reminding people, please do make sure you get any photo IDs ready for the general election if you're going to vote. Passport, driver's license, any sort of government issue voted ID. Please do get them ready before that. Ian Dunt, this is an absolute effing disaster. Poor, sad, drenched man trying to read out his speech over the song of his enemies. Strap in for 6 weeks of this. Oh, I am here for it. I am here for those 6 weeks. How many are going to be registering on Indeed today? That's very true. Yeah, the campaign is absolutely going to be really nasty. I agree with you on that. Going to be really nasty on this because I think he's going to be really... Oh, hang on. Liz Truss is trending. Why is Liz Truss trending? I love it. John Kay, 2 minutes ago, you told us that Kersey Kwarteng and Liz Truss made mistakes. And now you're saying that you are prepared to cut taxes against all the warnings from the IMF. Are you potentially Kersey Kwarteng 2.0? Jeremy Hunt, no. Yeah, here it is. Here's a statement from Liz Truss. I'm looking forward to campaigning to be re-elected the Conservative MP for Southwest Norfolk. I will be running on my records. Well, good luck on that. And standing up for local residents over the past 4 years, from securing a new Queen Elizabeth Hospital for King's Lynn to achieving a new banking hub. in Down Market, winning over 20 million funding for a new town deal for Thetford. Have a record delivery across the southwest north. Only by returning the Conservative MP for the July can the resident be guaranteed a strong voice for nothing. Good for you. I'm surprised. There's gonna be some Conservative MPs freaking out about this. They're just somewhere. We just can't find them yet, or there are. Yeah, exactly. Running on a records. Okay, my prediction for Portillo moments. Trust Moggy Gillis for sure. Any moment's going to be a Portillo moment. Any major Tory gotten rid of on the general election night is going to be a major Portillo moment. Yeah, that's a fair point. They have to get off the floor before they freak out. Still no news, of course. Cabinet ministers have left Downing Street non-stop to speak to the journalists. Not surprising. Let's see what Conservative Home thinks. It's got to be something on Conservative Home. Come on, you've got to give me something. You've got to be with me here. Oh my God, there's I've got to cover that later. Wonderful one from Daniel Hanan there. That's a very upcoming Tory Civil War post. Thank you for that, Dan. I'll be covering that another time. The wait is over. More to follow. We'll probably be covering their reaction to this later. But yes, that's it. That's it. I suppose that's your lot, ladies and gents. We know when the next general election is now, going to be 4th of July. And yes, it's all go for the next 6 weeks. Prepare for gaffes aplenty for Tory MPs freaking out, weeping out, and then blaming it all on Rishi Sunak. Oh, it's going to be delicious. Like the post, honestly, like the couple of weeks following like the general election are going to be so brilliant. So brilliant. If you've seen my videos covering the fallout from the local election, if you've seen those videos, trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to salt. Yep, exactly. Conservative Home, the biggest salt mine in Western Europe. It's about to, especially after the general election. Oh. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, see you at the victory party, I suppose. See you at the victory party. But as always, like I say, thank you for everyone for joining me on this very impromptu stream. Very impromptu indeed, but thank you very much for everyone for joining me, staying with me. Like I say, I know you've had other streams that you could go and watch as well, but thank you very much for choosing me, I suppose. Like the stream, etc. All about this. Comment down below if you've liked the stream. Help support it. Patreon, super chat, etc. All that down below. But thank you folks so much for all of these. Yeah, someone has to keep the bacon sandwiches away from Starmer. Well, yeah, indeed. General elections can be funny beasts. Like I say, gaffes potentially not just coming from the Tory party, gaffes from everyone, potentially. But thank you very much for everyone. Is Phil streaming? Excellent. Go to Phil's stream. Go say hi. If Graham's still streaming, go see Graham. Say hi to him. Go check them out. Tell them I said hi. If not, we'll see you all very soon. Once again, we'll probably be talking about this tomorrow. Probably. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Like I say, links down below if you want to help support the channel. Click the like, click the share button on your way out. Leave a comment down below. And of course, as always, we'll see you all next time.